Hello everyone, welcome to Quantum Guruji. So today in this video we are going to see how to sample the K points in periodic calculations. So I got so many emails from the subscribers that how to select the special K points while doing the DFT calculation of any material, whether it is 2D, 1D or 3D. So generally for a three-dimensional system it's not very troublesome because you can just, in Metal Studio specifically, you can simply take the default K points, but the problem comes when you are working with a two-dimensional system or a one-dimensional system. In those cases, you need to select those K points which is present in the two-dimensional lattice, and remaining in the third dimension you need to remove it. Because Metal Studio assume all materials to be in the three-dimensional system, we just made those two-dimensional lattice or one-dimensional system in a such way that they are acting as a 2D. But experiment, like practically it's 3D that we design here. Just to make sure it's 2D, what we do is make sure that the lattice direction, suppose it is a 2D nanosheet we are designing, so we keep them at least 15 angstrom away from each other, right? So in that way, the K point sampling will be for the three-dimensional system automatically based on Metal Studio, but we have to decide the K points which we need to keep and which we need to remove. Okay, so that's the about the K point, and if we define the K point, the K points are the high symmetry points in the reciprocal space, and that is also known as the Beloy zone. And so in Metal Studio actually we can visualize this Beloy zone, right? And also I will show you how to visualize and how to put the path for this K point. And generally, you know why this K point is very important actually. So for periodic boundary condition, we use some Pollock wave function to solve the electronic structures and all. And these K points help to accelerate the calculation. Actually, there will be n number, like so many K points, right? But if we work on the each and every K points, the calculation will be very slow. It will take huge time to complete. So what we do is we use some scheme to to maintain the computational cost as well as the quality of the result. So we use Monkhorst-Pack scheme where the special high symmetry K points will be considered in the 3D or 2D or whatever system we are working with. Okay, so we'll take some example. Right now here, if you see in the screen, I'm having one lattice here. Just assume one lattice, whatever. I'm just giving an example for the tutorial purpose. So this is some lattice. Okay, it has a rectangular unit cell. If you see in the build menu, you can go to the symmetry. Here you can see the primitive unit cell is also possible. So just to clear one thing, when you are doing the calculation, submitting the calculation, it will ask you for, if suppose you are working with a conventional unit cell and you are submitting a calculation, it will ask you whether to submit using conventional or with primitive unit cell. So in those cases, you always try to use primitive so that the computational time will be reduced and the accuracy will be the same, because it is just the unit cell difference. Okay, fine. So right now when you are deciding the K points, special K points on all those cases, try to consider the conventional unit cell. Okay, otherwise you may choose your wrong K points. Now, so here if you see the lattice parameters, first of all you have to make this at origin. You need to set the origin at 0. Once you have set it, okay, now what we'll do is you can see our lattice here. This is the AB plane and this is the C plane. Okay, so our lattice is lying in the another G axis. Okay, that's not a problem, it's okay. So right now if you see, you are having A is 4 and B is 2, so and 1999, it is kind of rectangular unit cell, right? So for a rectangular unit cell, you'll be having this is a two-dimensional system, right? If why I'm saying it's a 2, because if you see the this lattice parameters here, the third dimension, that's the C, which is along this, which is around 15 angstrom. So if you increase here one more in the z direction. So the distance between these two layers, I can show you here. Just select these two same Gaussian carbons. You can see the visualize the. I'm selecting this carbon and this carbon. Okay, so distance is exact 15 angstrom. Okay, the distance over here, because this is just one atomic thickness, so distance would be same. Fine. So now we can consider this as a two-dimensional system. Okay, so now here the sampling of k point will be different. Now what we'll do is we'll do the sampling for the k point here. First we'll make this 2D. Okay, how we can like visualize this? Simply we'll just okay. So since our lattice is in the g direction, so what we need to put here some values. Put it 0, and then we can okay. It's okay. What I will do, I will just break it down and we'll just make it here so that things will be visible to you. Fine. But I have simply just instead of one unit cell like the edge length 1, I have just taken 0.01, okay, in the g axis. So that's how I can see it clearly here, right? Fine. Now I will propagate in. I will show you the two-dimensional how it looks like. So this is the lattice here, carbon seat with epoxy groups over there. Fine. Now we'll go for this k point sampling for this system. I will show you for 1D, 2D and 3D both, like all of them here. So now what we'll do is go to the properties menu in the band structure, and in the more menu, the path. Okay. First click on the create. Here automatically you will see all these k points will come, and because I already told you, because Metal Studio assumed the system as a three-dimensional, and based on the three-dimensional it will generate all the k points in that specific space group. Okay, but since I already told you that our system is a two-dimensional system, right? So if you see our lattice here, so you can see we have already fixed origin at gamma, right? At 0, 0. This is the gamma. If you see, this is the G point here, right? This is the G point. That is gamma, right? And now you, so okay, I will tell you what these points means. So this sky blue color box is the the below horizon, first below horizon, right? And these G1, G2, G3 are the lattice vector direction, and these pink color lines are the the these points. They are the spatial k points as at the specific space the what we can say that these are the highest symmetry spatial k points. Okay, and these are the path for that k point. Fine. Now what we'll do is, since we have working with the two-dimensional system, so now you can see here the gamma to G and T. So this gamma to G, that is in the third dimension, right? If you are considering this point as well in the k point mesh, what will happen? The band structure in that direction will be totally flat. Okay, so that means there is no interaction in that direction. So how we'll sample this? So first here we'll see the lattice is here, and the lattice vector is in the G1 and G2. That is the lattice vector direction, right? G3, the all over k point will be not considering that. So here what we will be considering? Gamma, Y, S and X, right? These 4 points will be considering. So see how we'll be doing the sampling. What we'll do, we'll take gamma to Y, and I'll tell you how to confirm that also, right? And gamma to y, and then we have to start from the end. So gamma to y, now y to s. Okay, so you need to complete a cycle kind of stuff here. So yes, as to x, now from x to gamma. So you can see there is one cycle is completed. Okay, now it finished at gamma, right? There is a diagonal also. So gamma to s. So from gamma to s, gamma to s, and now remaining point we will delete. Fine. So okay. So now I already told you that this lattice the coordinates of the k points. Okay, so these coordinates, you can see that third dimension, that is the c is 0 in all cases. We haven't considered, so there are other k points where you see u and g and t, they are having the values in the c, which we haven't considered because I already told you we'll be considering only the two-dimensional system here. So now if you see the, no, this is the first below is on the sky blue box, and this is the k path, that k point mesh, using this Monkhorst scheme, right? So now here you can see for a rectangular system you are having a total of total of 4 spatial symmetry k points, right? Where the gamma is repeating twice, and these are the connectivities: gamma to y, y to s, s to x, x to g, and g to s. Now you see the complete cycle. So you have to run with these k points, okay, for the two-dimensional system. Suppose by mistake if you are chosen some other, the third dimensional k points as well, so in those cases you will see the totally flat bands will be coming up. So what it means is, whenever you see any flat bands in the band structure, means there is no interaction in that direction. Okay, that also confirm. Suppose here if you see the structure or geometry of this lattice here, if you see, so in this direction, in the direction of your g1 vector, if you see, so the atoms are far away from each other, right? And if you see in this direction, in the g2, so it's quite close, because here you have this bond also, right? You have this bond, and in g1 direction also you have this bond. So in whatever direction you're having more interaction, so I in both directions I think having equally, equal interaction. So in those cases it will be equal kind of, means that it will be not flat. So the bumps will be kind of similar in both directions, both lattice directions. Okay, so it will be working like this. This is for the two-dimensional system. Okay, now suppose I delete these oxygen. Now this will be your graphene, right? So graphene has a hexagonal in itself, right? So we'll make it a hexagonal thing. Now you can see it's a hexagonal lattice, right? Fine. Okay, so this is a hexagonal system here. Okay, now for a hexagonal system, how to create the k points? First click on the create. Now you see you will be having so many k points, right? As I told you that this is the G3, which is the third dimension, where the lattice we are not considering for interaction, because we have considered for the 2D series. So the lattice, that k point in the G3 vector direction will be ignoring. So we'll be considering only G, K, M. Okay, so here we'll be putting, we'll be removing other k points, gamma to k, k to m, and m to k, m to g. So if you see, the slice of your pizza, right? So you can see this first below one, and then below is on here, and you can see your special k point mesh. K point mesh is here, and these are your special k points, that is gamma, k, and m, which is the direction of your lattice vector, which is g1, g2, and that what is this special k points. So when you are doing the calculation for this, if you see here, as I told you, this for here for a graphene sheet, the primitive and the conventional both lattices are same. So here and this lattice you need to consider. Okay, so this is the way you need to design the lattice. Fine. So this is the two-dimensional system. Now we'll see how it works for three-dimensional system, right? We'll just take quickly one example. Okay, so this is some molecular crystal. This one. Okay, so here I have taken one 3D lattice. Okay, this is one 3D lattice. So in case of 3D, the taking of this below is on path and K points are very simple. You simply click on create and you just take all of them. Okay, because here you don't have to worry about the connectivity. It will generate and give you all those K points. If you want to verify, you can see if you click here at any of these arrow, so you can see maximum 4 K points and you can check all 4 K points are there, like K points are there or not. So in the for 3D system all of the K points has to be there. Okay, and that's how it works, right? So this is the way you can generate your K point mesh in the Metal Studio. If you have any doubt pertaining to this video, you can put in the comment section. Thank you for watching the video.